it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Today I'm going to be planning the week of November 1st in my memory planner. This is my Aura Estelle A5 wide cloud planner, as usual, micro express inserts, and I am going to be using this Autumn Days kit from Miss and Meow. I am so excited. This is honestly, the colors on this kit are just everything. This is fall in a kit, and I have been waiting, I feel like all season to use this, so I am so excited. It's just so beautiful. The colors on this just really are out of this world. So anyway, here are the full boxes, your date covers and headers, your functional page, and your bottom washi and sidebar stuff. And then I also do have the deco add-on for this, which has like all of the florals that match the kit. And I just think this is just, like I said, just so absolutely gorgeous. A little bit outside my comfort zone with all of these super, super bright colors, but I am gonna, have some fun with it, bring in a lot of these florals, try and do a little bit of white space to balance it out. And I'm just really excited for that. So I am gonna pull out these pages and jump in. So I am going to jump in I started to jump in with the date covers, but then I don't actually put them down until the end. And I think I started with the full boxes. I don't know. I was going to switch, but I did have these date dots that were like these little leaves. Super, super cute. I am actually starting to run out of fall date dots, but I should have enough to finish out the season, at least in gold, rose gold. We're looking a little bit tighter, but hopefully I can do at least one more spread with them. I always love like the seasonal date covers, especially if you're going to do the deco on top. I don't know. I think the leaves with like the kind of deco pieces up on the top look so cute. So I really tried to take my time with this spread because like the colors in this were so gorgeous. And honestly, this is like one of my favorite kits that I've ever purchased. It's just so stunning. And I just really wanted to do it justice, but it has so many bright and bold colors. So I really wanted to make sure I took my time to make sure that the spread looked balanced. And I did put all of the full boxes down first, but you'll see in a minute, I'm actually only going to use 2 headers per day. So I ran the green ones all the way across the top, and then I used a combination of the orange and the pink headers on top of the full boxes and just decided to go with that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it like full plan mosh plan style where she does the full boxes as she goes through the days and not like pre-lay them down and she like kind of overlaps them a little. I think it looks really pretty, but it's just really hard for me to do that. Like I feel like I need the full boxes going down first. That being said, I did like only using 2 headers, especially on like a somewhat busy week where there wasn't a lot of there wasn't a lot of like smaller than quarter box size stuff in this kit. Like there wasn't a lot of little things stuff sized. And it does create just like a teensy bit of extra space. Honestly, like not that much, but it looks really good. I think on Tuesday and Friday on the days where I have the full boxes, and I guess actually Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, which are the days where I have the full boxes either all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom. And that means you just have like contiguous space with no headers dividing the sections, which I usually have the headers dividing the sections. Definitely not going to do it every week or anything because I do like the way the 3 headers looks. But yeah, it's fun to do this sometimes, especially with like the bold colors. I feel like it just kind of softens up everything a little bit. And I wanted to make sure that I left enough white space in the spread that it wasn't just like so in your face. Although this is a very in your face kit, and I just mean that in the absolute best possible way. But yeah, so that is what I did there. And then I had some extra headers, so I wanted to like kind of use one on top of the first full box. And then I tried to do this, which I think Rachel from Gathered Plans does this, where she like sticks them all down on the blank full box page and then transfers it over to the top. And I just could not make this work. I don't know why. I just could not figure it out. I give up after like halfway through Monday. But I did do it sort of for this one above the full box. Of course, I hadn't put the full box down like quite low enough to do like the date topper. So I end up just moving that down a little, and the camera's going to cut out for a second. It was just taking me forever to get it positioned, and then my camera started to overheat a little bit. So anyway, I just shut it down, fixed it how I wanted it, and then we are good to go. I'm just going to go in with like a couple of little foil accents. I was trying to mix those in as well, like all those little branches and stuff, which are, the branches are from Honey Inked, and then a lot of the other foil deco I have is from Simply Watercolor Co. and a little bit, I think, from CD Stickers as well that I used this week. So you can see I'm trying again to stick that thing down on Monday. Honestly, I end up putting like just that down, and then I end up taking that up and moving it anyways because I didn't like how I stuck it down. For me, it's easier to visualize on the paper, especially because the way I have been doing the date toppers with the deco is like a little bit more contiguous. Like they start on top of the dates, but they kind of like run into each other a little bit. And I really like the way that looks, but it's really hard. It was really hard for me to visualize that when I only had like one day on at a time. So then I was just like, forget it, all done. And then I just went ahead and put all of the date covers done then to work on the toppers after. And I tried to use like as much of this gorgeous fall deco as possible and mix in like a couple other, foiled pieces and a couple of larger foil pieces that I had on this as well. Yeah, I'm out of like dangle banners, but I actually did order some more at the Sadie Stickers bring back the, like when she did like the last bring back the $2 Tuesdays thing. So I have like a few more, which I'll be able to use at the end of, for the end of fall. And my order did already ship. So they will be here for me to use in my last couple of fall spreads for the season, which I'm excited about because I really like those. And I bought a ton for winter. So hopefully I don't run out because I really love the dangle banners. Not that this doesn't look pretty too, but I do wish I had a couple of dangle banners to run on this. I have some non-fall ones, but I was like, nah, I'm going to use the fall stuff that I have. But yeah, anyway, I just am finishing up with this. This week was a really nice week. The beginning of this week was super, super busy with work. I had a deadline on Wednesday that was like for a pre-recorded presentation that I was filming for work, and I had to get like everything. I finished my slides on Friday, and then I had to send them for editing, and then I got them back like over the weekend. So on Monday I like finished them up, finished incorporating all the edits and all that kind of stuff, and I still had my regular work that I do every week, and this was the first week that I was covering for someone on a different report that I don't usually write that because they're out for kind of a while, and I'm covering for them while they're out. And then on Wednesday, I spent like the whole day recording this video presentation thing, and it took a really long time, and it was so exhausting, but it went really well, and they really liked it and all that stuff, and it's all done now, and I've already been through like the live Q&A, which was the week after this, and all that good stuff. So it's always nice to finish up a big project for work. So that was good. And it's nice to mix things up. Like I used to do stuff like this all of the time at my old job, and now I do so much more writing and like so much less presenting. So it's nice to kind of mix things up a little from time to time. But anyway, the first thing that I marked on Monday is that our school hours actually changed for the kids. This school year, they tried to go back to the pre-COVID hours, so where there's like a core school day and then late care and early care, but they weren't able to maintain that, unfortunately, with like the staffing shortage. It's just been really difficult to get everything. So they went back to, it's sort of like there's only one time bucket for school, but it's like slightly longer than the core day is, if that makes sense. Anyways, for us, it just meant that we had to drop the kids off at school a little bit later than we usually do and pick them up a little bit later than we usually do, because typically what we would do is we would have them in early care, just because that's like when I'm at my most productive work-wise, and it just works better with our schedules and everything. But I just pick them up at the end of the core day. I don't like have them in late care or anything. So anyway, so now it's literally like a half an hour shift on either end for us, so it's not a big deal at all. But I just did want to mark that down in my planner since it was a thing that changed. And then I did a bunch of work. I did my regular Monday work, and then I also did some stuff on the slides. And then that afternoon I did some more work, and I actually worked that night as well. I just wanted to get everything done because the kids didn't have school the next day, so I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of time to work on it, and I knew from past experience that I was pretty much going to need the whole day on Wednesday for recording, so I wanted to make sure everything was ready for that. And then I actually, in the afternoon, so this is slightly sequentially out of order, which I usually keep these in sequential order like on the day, but sometimes it just needs to get mixed up because of how I want to put things in. So and I'm okay with that. I did a yoga video, special Wi-Fi. I just like Googled yoga for like upper back pain or whatever, because the top of my back and like right in the middle, it's such a weird spot that's like not usually where I get sore, but it's just been so bad lately. Actually it's feeling a lot better now, but and I just did a yoga video and it actually super helped a lot, and I've done that like a couple times since well, although I haven't always marked it, but I should do better about that. But anyways, so I did that. Was the first time I did it. It was just like 20 minutes long, and it felt like really, really good. And I felt like so much stretched. I was so sore the next day actually from it too. But I really feel like I got like a really good back stretch. Anyway, then on Tuesday was election day, so the kids did not have school, and we went to a playground that's like the kids' favorite playground that's like a little bit further from our house than the regular playground. So that was really fun. And then we baked cornbread. And then my husband actually took a half day of work, and we decided we were gonna like smoke some ribs that we had, because basically this summer we bought like a 3-pack and we hadn't used like the last pack of them. They were already like pre-rubbed and seasoned because we did that before we froze them. So we just did that, and I just turned the grill on, and then he smoked them when we got home, and they were really delicious. So we did that, and then the baby, unfortunately, or whatever, combination of the baby and my husband trying to get my husband trying to get the iPad away from the baby, it like got really badly smashed and our screen cracked, unfortunately. We've had this iPad for a really long time. It's like so old that it won't take an Apple Pencil, but like it works perfectly fine, but now the screen's cracked, and so now we're having like this big debate on what to do about it. My husband watches Twitch a lot, and that's pretty much the only thing that he uses the iPad for, and he uses it the most of like anyone. But so we have like a Kindle tablet, which I cannot stand. I like don't understand how this thing works, because I feel like the Alexa stuff works so well, but like the Kindle and my Kindle book works so well, but the actual like Amazon tablet, just like it's non-functional. I can't stand it. Anyway, but we got it like last year on Black Friday for like $40. So it's obviously way cheaper than an iPad. So he's just been using that, and I've actually just been using the cracked iPad when I do use that to like watch YouTube or whatever, but I haven't really been doing like any art or lettering on the iPad lately, so it hasn't been a big deal. And we have not been letting the kids use it since it's cracked, but I think we'll probably buy a new iPad soon, but we were just like trying to wait and see. We were trying to have a very like limited spend November with how much we've like already spent on Thanksgiving and stuff. But I think we'll probably, and it's also like the iPads are like all out of stock everywhere too. But anyway, so we will eventually replace that, but we are just taking our time about it, which I feel like is usually how we handle big purchases. Although the prices on iPads have come down like a lot since my first iPad, or even since the last time I bought one. I do think that they are like a lot more reasonable than they used to be. Anyway, on Wednesday, again, I just worked the whole day, so nothing too interesting. All I did literally was just like work and record these slides and work, and that was pretty much the whole day. And then my parents just stopped by for a little bit in the afternoon, and then that night I just took like a very de-stressing shower, and I did like a face mask and just like chilled out for a little while before I went to bed, because pretty much I had just spent the whole day working with like talking since I was recording, so it was a long day. On Thursday, the baby and I went to Lowe's, and I think we bought grass seeds this week. We like had to reseed the lawn from when they redid our landscaping. We were just supposed to do it like 3 weeks later. So we got that, and then I went to Starbucks and I got a caramel brulee latte, which that is my seasonal favorite drink. Not like just for the winter, like of all the drinks that happen year round, I think it's so much better than a pumpkin spice latte. I do like pumpkin spice latte, but the caramel brulee latte is honestly like my favorite sweetened drink. I don't get them super often, and I actually do feel like my sweet tolerance for stuff like that has gone down over the years, and now I have been getting it with like one less pump of caramel, if you will. But I don't drink, like I if you want something really indulgent, you can get it with whole milk, but the regular one comes with 2% milk, which is fine. But I feel like I like the fuller fat milk now. When I like grew up in a skim milk house, and I like never really drank milk and was just like, milk's not good, whatever. And then when I was pregnant with my first, I was having some trouble gaining weight actually, and they were like started to get worried about the size and stuff. And the doctor basically was just like, you should drink a glass of whole milk every day. And I was like, that's like disgusting. I've never done that in my life. And I started doing it, and then you just get so used to it. And I was like, first of all, once you're used to it, I was like, this is delicious. I didn't know milk tasted like this. And now we're like a whole milk only family. I mean, I don't drink a lot of milk, and neither do the kids. We're not like a big like milk drinking family, but so we only buy one kind of milk, and it's whole milk. But anyway, that is like yeah, it's a little bit more indulgent, but I did just get like a regular caramel roux latte. I did not upgrade to the whole milk this time. It does taste really, really good though, if you ever do it. Anyway, I was just trying to figure out how to fit in everything on the bottom here. So the rest of this week, Thursday and Friday, anyways, I just tried to have like a super chill, relaxing vibes kind of end of the week to celebrate the end of my big work project. So on Thursday, I did catch up on like a bunch of house stuff that I had like let slide throughout the week, like laundry and different stuff like that, which I hadn't really done while I was, so focused on work stuff. And then I also finally filmed like for Instagram the kitchen tour with like all of my pantry makeover stuff, since I hadn't done that either because I was just like, it was just too intense with work, so I waited. But then it was actually ended up being good because I had like lived in it at that point for like almost a week, and I was feeling really good about it. So I did that, and then I also just binge watched an absolute ton of Roswell, New Mexico season 3 on Netflix, which just came out on Netflix like recently. It's like a CW show, and I ended up finishing it on Friday. So I think I'd watched like a couple episodes before this, but I ended up watching like almost all of it on Thursday and Friday, and I did super love it because I super love that show. And I always just like try and imagine. I remember liking the original one, but I can't like remember anything past the first season. But I like this so much better. And I just feel like somebody, when they were like pitching this show, was just like, what if instead of being teenagers, we made them young adults and gave them all jobs that were like super, super useful for having to deal with like alien stuff. And I was just like, hey, that's a great idea. Like in the original show, like Liz, the main girl, is like a high school sophomore who's good at science. But in this one, in like this reboot, she's like a PhD in molecular biology, way more useful in terms of dealing with like alien DNA. Anyway, I think it's a really clever update, and I do really like it. But yeah, so I watched that. And then basically we had like a really, really rough couple days with my son. He was just like he's such a three-nager. He's doing a lot better now, but we had like he had like a little incident at school on Friday, and then I think actually the incident was on Thursday, and then he was like so wild in the afternoon on Friday. And yeah, it was just like a really rough couple days, but he is like definitely through that little funk and having a much better time at school this week. So that's nice. Anyway, on Saturday I slept in, and then we ran to Target, and we picked up lunch on our way home. We just kind of like couldn't decide what we wanted to do, and just, I don't know, we were like feeling pretty lazy on the day. And then, just like, we were just not really feeling the day. I don't know. My son was like still having some problems at this point, and we just like weren't sure what we wanted to do. And then in the afternoon, I took the baby and my son for like a little bit of a walk. My daughter had like gone somewhere during nap time with my son. I think with my husband, I think just like to the grocery store or something. And she didn't want to go on the walk. So she just like stayed home and chilled with my husband, and I took the baby and him for a walk. And then that evening, she actually had a birthday party in the like late afternoon, like a 5:30 p.m. birthday party, which is like super late for a kid's birthday party. It was really fun. It was like at a gymnastics place after the place had closed, and she had a really good time. It was like just a kid from school. But yeah, like I'm so used to like morning birthday parties, like lunchtime at the latest, but like I feel like a lot of birthday parties we go to are like 9:30, 10 a.m. So it was unusual, but she had a really good time, and she got to stay up a little bit past bedtime for us to be able to like stay for the whole party and then drive home, because it was like a little bit a little bit of ways from the house and stuff. But yeah, it was super fun and got to see her friends, and like some of her classmates' parents who I'm friendly with were there too, which was nice. And then I just hung out with my husband that night when we got home. We got home and I was like starving because we usually eat dinner with the kids at 6 every night except for Thursday. And so we didn't get home until like 7:30 or so from this party. And maybe even closer to 8 since I said it was past bedtime. I don't know. We got home at like 7:38 from this party, and I was just like, my husband started like getting her ready for bed, and I just like went right to the kitchen. I started like cooking myself some eggs. I was like, I am starving. Because they just had like pizza for the kids. I mean, I probably could have taken a slice, but it just didn't really look that good. And I was like, I'll just wait till I get home. But then I was so hungry. Anyway, on Sunday, I just woke up in the morning and I was like, we are having a fun day today. We are going to do something. We're going to do an activity, whatever. My like dad, just usually we go over to his house on Sunday if we haven't been there on Saturday or whatever. But I was like, no, let's go and do something. I found like this blog that like rounds up all the activities for families in the area, and there was one out near my brother, and we haven't been out to my brother's house in a while. It's not like that far. He lives like 45 minutes an hour away, but usually we go to my dad's because it's like in between where the two of us live. But I was just like, look, this Apple Fest is going on. Let's go. Let's do this. And then my brother was like, oh, well, you could come over first, and that's fine. So we went over to my brother's house, and my dad was going to come, but then my parents totally bailed and they didn't come. So it's just me and my brother and like, you know, his wife and kids and stuff. And we went over to his house and hung out there for a little while. And then we went to this Apple Fest thing. And they had pony rides and a petting zoo, and it was super cute. And the kids had a really great time. And then we went out to eat at a restaurant for lunch, and that was really fun. And the kids were really well behaved and really just like it was a really fun time, and it was like a good day. And I was like, see, this is why we do activities. Activities are fun. I don't always feel that way, but this weekend it worked, and I was really glad, like after how, I don't know, chaotic the past few days had been before that. So we had a really nice day, and then we just took naps in the car on the way home, including me. And I always fall asleep on like semi-long car rides. I do feel like that. And then my husband went grocery shopping, and we did like grocery shopping and meal prep, just regular stuff. And then my parents ended up coming over for dinner since they hadn't met us at the fest. They just came over for dinner, and I didn't feel like cooking. It had been like a really long day and stuff. So we just picked up from our favorite chicken place, and that was the week. So yeah, a little bit of everything. We had some kid chaos, some fun times, some relaxing times, and a lot of work in the beginning of the week. But yeah, anyway, I do want to try and find like more activities for the kids. Like the Children's Museum here is like reopened. You have to just like book it in advance though, and we haven't been since like before COVID. But like, you know, because it's like staggered times and stuff like that. So I want to do that. Maybe squeeze in a day at the zoo before it gets like too cold to be outside. There's a lot of activities to do. It's just like hard sometimes to get up the energy to like do them and to drag the kids everywhere and like get everyone ready and out the door and like pre-plan all of this stuff, which you would think that I'm good at doing because I am such a planner, but sometimes it's hard to like think of activities and stuff. But anyway, I am really going to try and make more of an effort to do stuff like that because I think the kids really enjoy it too. And I did use a bunch of scripts this week back on the spread because, you know, I like to switch back and forth between talking about both. And I didn't have any more nail appointment stickers that were like in my lettering, but I did have that pedicure one, and I got a pedicure with extra massage on Friday because I was feeling extra indulgent. So I got my nails done, and I got a pedicure with massage, and I have like this darker color on my nails. I love my new nail place. I feel like it's like the best place that I've found in such a long time. And I feel like my manicure lasts super, super long time from there. I did in between when I filmed the beginning of the spread and the day by day, I did have to like replace one nail on each hand. It was actually just one nail that was the problem, but I like tried to do like this half moon thing. It didn't work. And then I was like, okay, I'm just taking off the nail polish and putting a lighter color on the bottom. But I actually think it looks kind of cute. I don't know. I like never have my nails all the same color anymore unless I have been to the nail salon. Because if I go to the nail salon and I've gotten my nails done, that's when, if you ever see me with like all of my nails the same color, that's what that means. It's like that's a professional manicure. Otherwise, if they're like all different colors, then that means I painted them myself. And that's how you could tell a little, you know, inside the magic trip here. Anyway, I am just I wanted to bring in a little bit of this red washi that I had used in the sidebar, and I think it like really matches well with the kit with like some of the darker colors in like the leaves and the flowers, but I wanted to be really careful with it because I wanted it to look balanced, and I was like having trouble figuring out where to put it in because I knew I was like, I need it somewhere on the bottom of the spread, like on the right hand page, and I was just like trying to figure out where I was going to put it because I didn't really have anywhere to squeeze it in the bottom. So I'm actually going to end up running it vertically alongside that last yellow circle on Sunday, which is what I'm doing right now, which is not something I usually do, but I actually think it looks really, really cute. So I'll have to try that again if I ever want to bring in a little more washi to the spread, because I really like how that turned out. And I had this star one. I don't like to run the bows vertically because then the bows are not oriented correctly, but I did have like this sparkly star one as well. Anyway, now I'm just going through with a little bit of last deco and like foil items just to spice it up a little bit more, but I just absolutely love how this turned out, and that is everything. Okay, that is everything all finished up, and oh my gosh, do I love how this looks. Serious contender for all-time favorite spread. I think ever. The colors on this are just so incredible. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Oh my gosh, I absolutely just love this. Let me show you what I have left from the kit. I did use most of the deco and like most of the functional items, but I do have a couple different things left just here and there. I did do a lot of like rejiggering, so I pulled a lot of stickers up and put them back and did different stuff while I tried to make the most of this absolutely gorgeous kit. But that is everything for this week. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!